Video, I'm going to break down why your current situation is the best situation to gather the most amount of energy and push past your limits. Now, this is a clip from Myron Golden's episode, powerful episode. It's 2 hours long, so I thought I'd just pick out the clip that gave me goosebumps. I had to go back and rewatch, and I want to share that with you guys and share my thoughts. So let's dive in.
That's who you're selling to.
Right, but it's bigger than that even. So it's understanding that the world is full of problems. The people who become the best problem solvers are the ones who get the lion's share of all the good stuff. What does it mean to serve somebody? It means to deliver something they value to them. It doesn't mean to deliver something you value to them. That's what most people think service is. Well, this is the thing I like to do, so this is what I do, and I just want people to pay me for it. Well, that only makes sense if they desire to have it done. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so most people are really, really bad at sales. I'm really, really good at sales, so I teach people how to sell. Most people are bad at growing businesses. In fact, 80% of businesses fail in the first 3 years. I'm really good at building, scaling businesses. Why? Because I like to look at seemingly complex things, boil them down into their most minute components, and then go do these few things.
Yeah.
Right? The truth is always simple. It's lies that are complicated.
What does it look like for someone to obsess, though? I mean, I'm still.
Okay, I'll tell you. I don't know what it
I've
looks
never
like
done
for
research,
someone,
really.
but I can tell you what it looks like for me to obsess.
Talk to me.
So first, I obsessed over solving my own problem because I am a people.
Yeah.
Right? And so my problem was I was poor most of my life. And people can talk about the virtues of being poor all they want to. In my mind, it has no virtue. It's just not virtuous. It's not fun. It's not helpful. It's not helpful when you look at your wife and your children and you know you can't keep the lights on. And that was me. I literally smiled last week. I thought, man, it has been so long since I've had my electricity turned off. It just made me smile because and that may sound like, what? Yeah. My wife was 8 months pregnant with our first child. Our electricity and water were both disconnected at the same time. So you can't convince me or persuade me of the virtues of that, right? My brother was here a couple of years ago, and he got sick when he was here. And he's a pastor in Pennsylvania. He got sick, ended up having to have intestinal surgery while he was here. He's in the hospital for 10 days, lost a lot of weight, and he wasn't that big to begin with, right? And he finally gets out of the hospital. He's going back home, and I can just see some chucklehead on a plane dropping a suitcase on his incision. I'm like, that ain't happening. And I was able to charter a plane, and the only people on that plane were the two pilots and him and his wife. Right? That has value to me, right? And so I obsessed over how do I solve my poverty problem? I hate poverty. How do I beat it so far away from the door that it cannot find its way back? And when I figured all of that stuff out, I just started sharing those ideas with people. And guess what? There are a lot of people out there who cared about it as much as I do. Who knew? That's a thing.
Today, I want to take leverage of Myron's conversation into understanding the true circumstances and positions we're putting ourselves in on a daily basis. What I got from this is I can't let my position determine my future. And I'm trying my best to, describe this conversation just so that I can deliver value to you guys. I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm a son. And in today's society, trying so many other careers from, I've been in sales for 5, 6, 7, it's coming to 7 years now. The only way out I see is running my own thing. The drive that's pushed me to put myself out there comes from a place of pain. There's no job I can look at today that I can now say this job I will do and I'll take care of my family. I'll be able to retire my parents. There's no job. And look, I can blame myself all day. I tried university. I don't think I submitted an assignment. I breached it completely. I just wasn't for me. I love learning, clearly. Otherwise, how the hell am I reading 70 books in the space of 7 months? Which is probably around 18, 19 now. Lost this like, why have you not read 2 books this week? It's weird. But what I want to share more than anything is the pain of poverty is what pushed me and is pushing me today. And I wasn't ready to discuss this because I felt like, but I'm not exactly where I want to be, but actually I am. I remember the days I would plan and sit down and discuss what financial targets I wanted to have. And what I want to share is, dream bigger. You will reach those plans. I did. I have aimed and achieved everything I would wanted to achieve. But the problem is it was too low, because I'm looking at it today and I was selfish. That every time they increase the price, your cash flow goes down unless it's invested into assets. So what that means is you got £5,000 in your bank account right now. It's just sitting there. And it's been sitting there for the past 5 years. Every single year, they've added 0.5% or 1% to inflation. That 5,000 became 4,000. 5,000 became 3,000 because the cost to buy things increased. So if I'm not from South London, but I've lived in South London for quite a while. I want to get some chicken and chips. 5 years ago, I'm getting that easily for £1.50. Easy. Yeah. Now, it's going to cost me £3, £4.50. Some people will happily charge me £5, and there's enough they've got the right to. Their competitors are charging their price, so why shouldn't they? Right? But that's the point. So if it's going to cost me more to buy the same thing, but I am earning just as much as I am, then what that means is something has to change. So I'm in this group chat, and I know a lot of people ask this question. A lot of people. How much money do I need to be comfortable? And what I want to say is, brother, sister, you got it all wrong. It's not how much you need to be comfortable. It's how much impact do I need to create to feel fulfilled. It's not about the money. I really want to talk on this, but I feel like the honest truth is I can only share what I know so far, and I don't know enough. But what I do want to say is, if you can relate to what Myron said, charge forward, believe in yourself, and take care of the people that you care about, because no one else will. And that's the message of today.